Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Let's start our class. Before going to the class, have you completed your classwork and homework? Already I have told you, you have to write all the short answers in the classwork note, okay, as well as you have to write all the homework in the homework place, okay. You have divided the notes. You have already divided the note into many parts, is or no? So in the classwork part you have to write the short answers, okay, that is must. And you should not use the pencil for writing, okay, and the answers also, the one words answers also should be written by the pen, okay. For underlining only you can use the pencils, okay. Let's start our social science class. Take your book, all of you. Take your book, page number 33. Open your book. Keep the book with you always. You should keep the book with you. Listen to me very carefully. Unit 3, World War II. In the World War II, the causes, then causes, all we have seen the previous classes. We have learned in the previous classes about the World War II. Two parts we have seen. The next part is effects of the war. We are going to see, okay. So in the World War II, when it was started on 1939, okay, end of 1945. So what are the important events were happened in the previous class? You have learned, yes or no? Especially the Tan Creek movement, the Battle of Britain. There are lots of incidents were happened in the World War II times, yes or no? So after the World War II, after the World War, what are the effects of the war we are going to see, okay, in this lesson, in this class. Today we are going to see the effects of the war. Effects of the war. The meaning of effects of the war means போரின் விளைவுகள், okay. After the war, what happened, okay. After the war entered, it was entered on 1945. After that, what happened, let's see, okay. Effects of the war. New geopolitical power alignment, okay. புதிய நிலவியல் சார் அரசியல் அதிகார அணி சேர்க்கை. World War II changed the world in fundamental ways. The world was polarized into two main blocks led by superpowers, one led by the United States with a pronounced anti-communist ideology and the other by Soviet Russia, okay. So there were after the World War, the world was controlled by the two superpowers, okay. In world, the two superpowers were formed after the World War II. One is United States, okay. They were the anti-communist ideology. They followed the anti-communist ideology. And the next one is Soviet Russia, okay. In that time, the Europe was divided into communist and non-communist, okay. So the Europe, that is one. Now we can say that 7 continents are there. In Europe, it was divided into two, communist and the non-communist, okay. So new geopolitical power alignment. There were two superpowers, one is United States and another one is Soviet Russia. Europe was divided into two, communist and non-communist, okay. See there, nuclear proliferation, okay, nuclear proliferation. The United States and the Soviet Union entered into a race to have more nuclear powered weapons. They built a large stockpile of such weapons. Defense spending skyrocketed in many countries. So after the World War II, all the countries, they produced many types of weapons, okay. In the United States and Soviet Union, they were the superpowers, okay. They wanted to dominate each other, so they have found many the powered weapons. நிறைய ஆயுதங்கள் என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, தயாரிச்சாங்க, okay. And all the countries also they involved to produce the weapons, because in the World War II time, many countries, in many countries, most of the areas were destroyed, most of the people were killed. Yes or no? So the next, after the World War II, all the countries recognized that they have to protect their country. Okay, so they produced more weapons to protect themselves. Okay, and especially United States and Soviet Union, they have produced more weapons because they wanted to become a superpower, the only one superpower in the world. So they have produced more weapons. Next one is international agencies. Okay, பன்னாட்டு முகமைகள். Many international agencies, in particular the United Nations, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund came into existence, providing a forum for countries large and small. So these agencies like the United Nations, okay, ஐக்கிய நாடு சங்கம், the World Bank, உலக வங்கி, International Monetary Fund, பன்னாட்டு நீதி, okay, these all were made because of the large and the small countries. Okay, these all were the common area of the large and small countries. And after the World War II, the world was changed. All the countries were changed economically. Some countries went down, is or no? And some countries they used this as a chance and they developed. Okay, so these all were happened in the World War II time. So some the agencies were formed, okay, to protect the large countries and the small countries. Okay, and in India it got the independence at first. Okay, 1947 August 15 India got independence, yes or no? And Republic 26 January 1950. You should know that. I know that some people forgot, yes or no? You have to keep in the mind, it should be there in the blood. Yes, we are Indians. We have to say very proudly, yes or no? We are Indians. So the Independence Day, every year we celebrate Independence Day on August 15, yes or no? So when did we get the independence? August 15, 1947. When did we got Republic? 26 January 1950. Okay, so these are. Then the next we are going to see. Then the next one is Holocaust and its fallout. That means the after it was the பேரழிவும் பின் விளைவும். Okay, the after the World War, the Holocaust, பேரழிவு ஏற்பட்டது, அதற்கு அப்புறம் என்ன நடந்துச்சு அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி பார்க்கலாம். Okay, so after Hitler came to power, the Jews were persecuted in many ways. They were deprived of their civil rights, their properties were confiscated and many were confined to ghettos. Eventually the Nazis came up with the notion of the final solution, which was to exterminate the Jews completely. So the Hitler when he ruled the German, the time itself he hated Jews. Okay, so Judargal, Jews means what? Judargal. So he destroyed many areas of the Jews and he killed many Jews. நிறைய யூதர்களை என்ன செஞ்சாரு? கொலை பண்ணார். Okay, and the Jewish people, they were compelled to stay only in the ghettos. That is one of them outside place. Okay, ஒதுக்குப்புறமான இடம், கெட்டோஸ்ங்கிற ஒரு ஒதுக்குப்புறமான இடத்துல வாழணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக ஜூஸ் கம்பல் பண்ணப்பட்டாங்க ஜெர்மன்ஸார். Okay, eventually the Nazis came up with the notion of the final solution, which was to exterminate the Jews completely. Okay, so the people, many people, they were killed by the German people. Okay, in German, the Jews, they were lived in the German. They were tortured by the Germanists. Okay, German people, they tortured the Jews and the German people and their animals and their vehicles. Okay, these all were controlled by the Germans and many people were killed. Got it? And more than 6 million Jews were killed in that time That is one of the unbelievable, and mercilessly they were killed by the Hitler. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Manida Urimai Praganam. Okay, in the aftermath of the Holocaust, the UNO in its charter pledged to promote universal respect for and observance of human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distinction to race, sex, language and religion. யாருக்குமே வேறுபாடே கிடையாது, மனிதர்களா பிறந்த எல்லாருமே ஒரே மாதிரியானவங்க தான் அப்படிங்கறத வந்து வற்புறுத்தினாங்க. The UN efforts to protect human rights on a global basis resulted in the constitution of UN Commission on Human Rights, a committee constituted under its auspices was chaired by Eleanor Roosevelt, wife of late President Franklin Roosevelt. Okay, so the president Franklin Roosevelt was the president of America. Okay, and he was died, and the by Eleanor Roosevelt, that means widow, the widow wife. Okay, he was the wife of the Franklin Roosevelt. Okay, so he was the head of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, அவரோட ரூஸ்வெல்ட் அப்படிங்கிறவரோட மனைவி தான் யூனிவர்சல் டிக்ளரேஷன் ஆஃப் ஹியூமன் ரைட்ஸோட ஹெட்டாக இருந்தாங்க. Got it? It was given, and take your book, open the book. Okay, already you have the book. Open your book, page number 34. You see that the members of the commission included under the heading of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Read with me. The members of the commission included Charles Malik of Lebanon, P.C. Chong of Nationalist China, John Cambrai of Canada, and René Hassine of France. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was its important contribution. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights set forth fundamental human rights in 30 articles. The UN adopted this historic charter on 10 December 1948. This day, the 10 December, is observed globally as Human Rights Day. Okay, so we have to follow now also we follow the Human Rights Day on 10th December. The overall world, we follow the Human Rights Day on 10th December. Did you understand? So it was adopted on 10th December 1948. That day itself, the Human Rights Day, every year we follow that, the 10th December. Got it? Provisions of some 90 national constitutions since 1948, according to the Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt Institute in New York, can be traced to this declaration. Okay, so the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was made by the people without any partiality. Okay, they did not see any partiality to race, sex, language and religion. All the peoples were treated safely. Okay, the equality were formed, and the head, the Franklin Roosevelt wife, was the chairperson. Okay, and members were there. We have seen. Next, birth of Israel. Birth of Israel. Israel நாட்டின் பிறப்பு. A major outcome of the Holocaust was the creation of the state of Israel as a homeland for the Jews. And the Holocaust, அதில் வந்து நிறைய பேர் 6 million Jews வந்து கொல்லப்பட்டாங்க ஜெர்மன்ஸால். அதனால் அவங்க வந்து இஸ்ரேல் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து அவங்களுடைய சொந்த நாடாக கிரியேட் பண்ணாங்க. யார்? ஜூஸ், யூதர்கள். While this was historically the original home of the Jews during Roman times. இது வந்து வரலாற்றிலேயே உண்மையான ஜூஸோட இடம் தான் என்னது? ரோமன் டைம்ஸ். இன் ரோமன் டைம்ஸ் ஆல்சோ the Jews, they were stayed in the Israel. Okay, so that is the home of the Jews. And new international order. What was the new international order? By 1941, the United States and Britain began to give serious consideration to the need for international cooperation for achieving lasting peace among all nations. International economic and financial stability were also important objectives. Okay, so in 1941, before we got the independence. In 1941, the United States and Britain began to give serious consideration to the need for international cooperation for achieving lasting peace among all nations. எல்லா நாட்டிலையுமே அமைதி நிலவணும் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணாங்க யுனைடெட் நேஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் பிரிட்டன். இன்டர்நேஷனல் எக்கனாமிக் அண்ட் ஃபினான்ஷியல் ஸ்டெபிலிட்டி வேர் ஆல்சோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் அப்ஜெக்டிவ்ஸ். எல்லா நாடுகள்லையும் இருக்கிற பொருளாதார நிலைமையும் அதுக்கு வந்து முக்கியமான ஆப்ஜெக்டிவாக இருந்தது, நோக்கமாக இருந்துச்சு. ஆல் தீஸ் வுட் நீட் இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ஸ் வித் மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆஃப் வேரியஸ் நேஷன்ஸ் அக்ராஸ் த வேர்ல்ட் ஒர்க்கிங் டுகெதர் ஃபார் தீஸ் காமன் ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ்ஸ். ஓகே, அண்டர் தட் the United Nations, World Bank, the International Monetary Fund with many associated organizations were formed, okay, to protect the people from the economically and the financially. Okay, they wanted to give the stable government in the economical level and the financial level. United Nations ஐக்கிய நாடுகள் சபை. The first initiative for the United Nations came from the United States and Britain in 1941 when they issued a joint declaration known as the Atlantic Charter. This declaration of the United Nations was accepted by all the 26 countries which were fighting against the Axis powers on New Year's Day 1942. Okay, so the United Nations came from the United States and Britain. In the previous slide we have seen, the new international order. In that time the United States and the Britain, they began to give serious consideration to the need for the international cooperation for achieving. So these United Nations also came from the United States and the Britain in 1941. Okay, and they issued a joint declaration known as the Atlantic Charter. அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் ஜாயின் பண்ணி என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, ஒரு சார்ட்டர் வந்து டிக்ளேர் பண்ணாங்க, that is Atlantic Charter. This declaration of the United Nations was accepted by all the 26 countries which were fighting against the Axis powers. So the United Nations, பிரிட்டன் வந்து அலைட் பவர், எசானோ எந்தெந்த கண்ட்ரிலாம் அலைட் பவராக இருந்துச்சோ ஆக்சிஸ் பவர்ஸுக்கு அகைன்ஸ்டாக இருந்துச்சு. ஆக்சிஸ் பவர்ஸில் என்ன கண்ட்ரிலாம் இருந்து, ஜெர்மனி, இட்டாலி அண்ட் ஜப்பான், 3 countries. எசானோ ரிமைனிங் மெனி countries were joined with the allied powers and they fought against the Axis powers. So those countries, there were 26 countries whether they were joined with the United Nations. Okay, the Charter of the United Nations was signed on June 26, 1945 by 51 nations. Got it? So second paragraph, you see that this declaration of the United Nations was accepted by all the 26 countries which were fighting against on the Axis powers on New Year's Day 1942. So these 26 countries, they were accepted. In 1945 it was signed by 51 nations. How many nations? 51 countries were joined in this United Nations. And the next one is General Assembly and Security Council. The United Nations functions almost like any government through its principal organs which are similar to the legislative, executive and judicial wings of a state. In the General Assembly is the body in which each member state is represented. It meets once a year and issues of interest and points of conflict are discussed in the assembly. Okay, so the General Assembly and Security Council means பொது சபையும் பாதுகாப்பு அவை. Okay, so this was made to protect the people. Okay, the United Nations function almost like any government through its principal organs which are similar to the legislative, executive and judicial wings. Okay, நிர்வாகம், நிதித்துறை, நீதித்துறை. In the General Assembly is the body in which each member state is represented. It meets once a year and issues of interest and points of conflict are discussed in the assembly. என்னென்ன மோதல்கள் இருக்கு, என்னென்ன இஷ்யூஸ் இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத வந்து ஜெனரல் அசெம்பிளில எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணாங்க. Other important organs of the UN. Okay, so in UN there were some important organs. Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. World Health Organization, WHO. Then UNESCO. Next one is UNESCO, UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNDP, United Nations Development Program, UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund. Read with me one time. Food and Agriculture Organization, okay, FAO. World Health Organization, WHO. In Corona time we hear that Ulaga Sugadara Nirvanam. Yes, and that is World Health Organization. UNESCO, UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. UNDP, United Nations Development Program. UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund. So these all were the important organs of the UN. Activities of the UN. The Nirvaham, okay, about the UN. Over the decades, one decade means 10 years, yes, and over the decades the United Nations has expanded its activity in response to the changing problems facing the world. Thus, in 1960, decolonization was an important issue. Human rights, the problems of refugees, climate change, gender equality are all now within the ambit of the activities of the United Nations. Okay, the economically you see that in 1960 the decolonization, colony adhikam nariya naatla irundhu, in our country also, as an our country was colonized. It was colonized by the British many years, as an in 1947 only we got independence from the British. So like that many countries were colonized. Okay, in 1960 decolonization was an important issue. Human rights, manida urumaigal, problems of refugees, climate change, gender equality, are all now within the ambit of the activities of the United Nations. வந்து இது எல்லாத்தையுமே என்ன செஞ்சுட்டு இருந்து கண்காணிச்சிட்டு இருந்து. ஓகே, World Bank. The World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, referred to as the Bretton Woods twins, okay, Bretton Woods twins, were both established in 1945. International Monetary Fund as well as the World Bank were both established in 1945 after the Bretton Woods Conference in 1945, located in Washington DC in the United States. They have the same membership, since a country cannot be a member of the bank without being a member of the fund. World Bank, okay, it was located, you see there, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund were established in 1945, okay, after the Bretton Woods Conference, which were in 1944 Bretton Woods Conference was made, and next year which was established, the Bretton Woods twins, the international, it made the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Okay, these were located in the Washington DC in the United States. Okay, they have the same membership. எல்லா மெம்பர்ஸும் அதை வந்து சேமாக கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணாங்க. அதில் மெம்பராக இருக்கணும்னா அவங்க வந்து அதுக்கு என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கணும், ஃபண்டு கொடுத்துருக்கணும். ஓகே, த இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஏஜென்சி IDA also lends money to government for developmental activities. இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஏஜென்சிங்கிறது உருவாக்கப்பட்டு அதுவும் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கவர்மெண்ட்டை வந்து டெவலப் பண்ணுறதுக்காக நிறையா மணி கொடுத்தாங்க. These loans are soft loans and are given to very low rates of interest for a period of 50 years. 50 வருஷம் கொடுக்கலாம். 50 years they can repay it. ஓகே, அவங்க வந்து லோனை வந்து பே பண்ணலாம் ரொம்ப குறைவான இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட், குறைவான வட்டியில். ஓகே, the International Development Agency, they provided the soft loans. International Monetary Fund. The International Monetary Fund, already we seen, was primarily the brainchild of Harry Dexter White and John Maynard Keynes, the famous economist. It was formally organized in 1945 with 29 member countries. It now has a membership of 189 when it was organized. இது தொடங்குறப்போ 29 கண்ட்ரி, 29 மெம்பர் கண்ட்ரிஸ் மட்டும்தான் இருந்தாங்க. இப்போது now the membership countries are 189 countries. Okay, post-war welfare states in Europe. post-war welfare states in Europe. போருக்கு பின் ஐரோப்பாவில் மக்கள் நல அரசுகள். ஓகே, ஆஃப்டர் த போஸ்ட் வார் வெல்ஃபேர் ஸ்டேட்ஸ் இன் யூரோப்பில் வந்து போருக்கு பின் வந்து இருந்த மக்கள் நல அரசு. The term welfare states refer to the concept that the government is responsible for the social and economic welfare for the people. அந்த கவர்மெண்ட் வந்து மக்களுடைய சமூக மற்றும் பொருளாதார நிலைகளுக்கு வந்து அவங்களே பொறுப்பெடுத்துக் கொண்டாங்க. Thus expanding the role of the state beyond providing defense and maintaining law and order. So these all were the important points. Got it? Already we have seen the many organizations were made, yes or no, to develop the countries, all the countries. Okay, the international agencies were made to give the importance to the people and the lower people and the higher people. Okay, so in the post-war welfare states in Europe, you have seen that in 1940, page number 36, take your book. In 1942, the report commonly known as the Beveridge Report was published in the United Kingdom, which proposed a series of measures which the government should adopt to provide citizens with adequate income, health care, education, housing, employment. இது எல்லாமே இருக்கிற அப்படி மக்களுக்கு வந்து போய் சேர்க்கிறதா அப்படிங்கிறத பார்க்குறத வந்து அவங்க வந்து கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணாங்க. எல்லா மக்களுக்குமே அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான ஃபுட்டு கிடைக்கா, கல்வி கிடைக்குதா, அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான அளவுக்கு வருமானம் வருகிறதா, வீடு இருக்குதா, வேலை இருக்கிறதா அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து கவனித்து அதிலேருந்து பாவர்ட்டிலேருந்து வெளியே வர்றதுக்கான டெவலப்மெண்ட்டை வந்து என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, யூரோப்பில் வந்து எடுத்தாங்க. ஆஃப்டர் த வார் த லேபர் பார்ட்டி வாஸ் voted into power in Britain. It promised to undertake steps to look after the people from the cradle to the grave. Okay, from the cradle to the grave. The meaning of from the cradle to the grave means தொட்டிலிலிருந்து கல்லறை வரை, தொட்டிலிலிருந்து கல்லறை வரை. ஓகே, அந்த மக்களை வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு அவங்க வந்து கவனிக்க போறதா என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, நிறையா இந்த லேபர் பார்ட்டினா என்ன செஞ்சாங்க சொன்னாங்க. So the last where you see there, before that, these are in addition to universal free school education to all children. So in Europe, they provided many things to the people. Okay, they provided the free education and they cared about the people. Got it? The benefits can either be achieved through cash transfers or like old age pensions and unemployment compensation or through free services. We also get most of the in our country also the pension. Our grandfathers, they 60 years above, those people they get the pension every month. As I know, our government provide and our government gives many free things. As I know, like what is that? Free laptop. Yes, in government schools the people they get the free laptops, free cycles, and they provide the free fans, free mixies, grinders, everything. These all were provided by the government. Okay, and you see that these countries, in addition, these countries also try to minimize economic disparities through progressive taxation by taxing the higher income groups at relatively high rates. So these all were happened after the World War II in Europe. Okay, and take your book, page number 37. You see that every lesson, the last page, the glossary will be there. Is no Tamil meaning will be there, and at the same time, the English meaning also will be there. So you have to read at least 2 or 3 times so that you can study. Before the next lesson adverts, you have to study and keep this. Okay, this all this meaning of the given words. Okay, what are the words are given and the meaning also given. Yes or no? So just 1 or 2 times you have to read, then only it will understand. Got it? Okay, so every day you have to finish your homework as well as you have to finish your classwork also. Okay, today homework is answer the questions briefly. Answer the questions briefly. Who were the 3 prominent dictators of the post-World War I? How did Hitler get the support from the people of Germany? Describe the Pearl Harbor incident. What do you know of Beveridge report. Name the Bretton Woods twins. What are the objectives of IMF? We have completed almost 3 lessons in history. Is that no? So the new students also, if you have any doubt, you can come and ask. Okay, you can ask and study. Okay, everything you have to finish. History 3 lessons have completed. Every day draw and see the map. Okay, in history, what are the maps are there in the book? You have to practice every day. Okay, world map also you have in the hand. So practice every day. Easily you can get more marks. Page number 29 you take. Page number 29 map. In the class time you have practiced the same map. Yes or no? Already I have given this in the homework also. As homework also I have given the practice. Everyday practice. Got it? In the world map 5 marks will come. Okay, maps are very important. You can easily get, but you have to practice. Practice பண்ணாம ஈஸியா மார்க் வாங்கவே முடியாது. படிக்காம ஈஸியா மார்க் வாங்கவே முடியாது. Okay, so you have to study hard. Okay, hard work. You have to work very hard so that you can get the fruits. Got it? அதிகமான கடினமா உழைச்சாதான் உனக்கு வந்து அதற்குரிய விளைவுகளை என்ன செய்ய முடியும், பெற முடியும். So you have to finish your class of homework. What are the works are given, you finish and make the timetable and study every day little portion in every subject. Don't leave any subject. Tamil, English, Maths, Science, Social, everything you have to study every day. Okay, each subject you can spend 1 hour or 45 minutes you can spend for studies. Only studies you can spend 45 minutes. Is that no? Morning also you can wake up earlier and study. If you wake up morning very earlier 5 o'clock, if you wake up you can study. Is that no? Don't think that no school is there, why do you have to study? Don't think like that. School will open at any time. Our school is going to open. Is that no? So when the announcement comes, the next day onwards the school will open. So be careful. Study, exam. Surely exam will be there. Okay. So if you send the homework, you will get the internal marks. Okay. You will get some internal marks. So send the homeworks and write and keep the assignment. Got it? For assignment, the date will be given later. Finish your homework and send me. Today it's. We'll see the next class.